Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the Daily Scan for Thursday, August 14th, 2014. Okay, yesterday's news, you probably heard if you were listening to the radio or watched the news or anything, that retail sales was mixed. Came up a little bit short on a lot of what I call extras, and was a little bit better on what I would call essentials. So that means, in my mind anyway, that people are putting the clamps down, and I know I have myself, in an effort to conserve capital in my day-to-day living. So today we have jobless claims at 8:30 and import and export prices at 8:30. And is there anything later? No. The money supply. Yeah. Could you please supply me with some money? Okay, let's take a look across the ponds. In Asia, mixed, and in Europe, bullish. Pretty bullish. Big hole in Social Security. I did not read that. But top U.S. prep schools cost $1 million per family. That's pretty cheap, because the people who rule the world send their kids to prep schools, and they end up ruling the world and end up being millionaires, billionaires. So what's the big deal? I don't see what the big deal is there. Okay, but it's enough about politics. Over here in the U.S., drifting downward since the first time I looked at it. Gold has a nice pop on it. At least it's up. And oil is drifting. A little up, a little down. Can't make up its mind. Silver is pretty low also. But let's take a look at a chart on the ES, because you all know that I'm pretty negative delta. As a matter of fact, 100% negative delta. I have expiring this week almost everything here. There's double down on SPX and Google. No, those are all expire. Google all expires on Friday. So we have an XPX with an expiration of next week, but otherwise they all expire this week. And XPX and RUT, especially SPX, got to be out of it today, because there's nothing we can do about it tomorrow, and the closing price is determined by the first print of the day. So we want to make sure that we're out. So we're going to have to do something on RUT and SPX today. Chipotle is the only one, though, that really has me worried right now. But I have ES up here. Let's see if we can glean anything from this. I think that this is time period is a little bit too minute. So let's go to a 15-minute. That's a little bit better. Okay, now we can see, is that a double top or is that a lower high? I don't know. This definitely is a lower low. So we might be have a slightly flat to negative day today. That's what I'm looking forward to. But we'll take a look at where we are with each one of these as we go through the A+ list. Okay, let's jump right into it. Apple. Alright, we have a target set down here. Still waiting. Amazon. We're still trying to figure out what's going on with Amazon. They sure gapped up pretty nice yesterday, didn't they? It's just, Well, I just don't. I'm just looking at this and trying to think. Is there anything here? What's here? Well, we have a PPS up. And that's, I don't know. I think we might have, it might be coming back to fill this gap. I'm speechless about this, so let's move on. I don't know what to say. Okay, Baidu, we have this bear call here. And we're doing okay with it. Baidu just not doing much since that earnings report, and that's sort of what I was counting on. However, Chipotle's got me a little bit nervous. Although it moved up very nicely yesterday at the open and then just did nothing. So I did nothing. I was watching it. I did nothing. Costco, we're headed down here to our target. Don't know if this is going to be a 50 delta or not. I would rather see this kind of a choppy, smaller ranges here, because those are kind of rather large ranges. Let's see, I don't have enough room here to give me the range. This, that's only 85 cents. That's probably why we're kind of zoomed in there. It auto scales, and it's only moving like $1 or so. This one, you get this range up. You can see it pop up here when I move my cursor up there over candle range $2.17, range 91 cents. So not really a lot of movement there for a 50 delta. So I may end up doing a 20 if we come down here, or even if we hook somewhere in this area here. Probably jump on a 20 delta. So I'm going to put it on the 20 delta list for today. And of course that would be for a bull put. Let's peek at the Dow. Nice day yesterday. Popped out of its range, out of this channel. Is it going to crawl back into it? Let's wait and see. Gold. Nothing going on there. I'm just not going to trade gold. So I'm going to take this off of here. And I'm not doing anything with it right now. So this channel is no longer valid. And we can do this to fix it. Just grab this little knobby here, grab this little knobby here, and we just fixed our channel. Yeah. Top of the channel, you're going to see a pullback. I don't know, I just had to move the channel up, so I'm not really sure what might happen there. Okay, Google. We're in a couple on Google. Got fried on this one for sure, but we'll have to see how Google comes around here. Peak chart here, what's going on after hours. Boing boing, couple hits here, and that's about it. Volume 1,000 shares, 500 shares. Who can buy 1,000 shares of Google? $584,000. Somebody that has a lot of margin or a lot of money, period. Okay, let's take a look at LinkedIn. Boom, 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 just like lining up like toy soldiers here. Even on this chart, not even giving us an entry here. So still waiting on LinkedIn, and it's relentless. It will not give up. NDX, nice pop on the NASDAQ yesterday, the NASDAQ 100. Had a very nice day. Google was a big participant or a big contributor to this candle, I'm sure. Just not seeing anything there right now. Still waiting for a 20D down here. Alright, Netflix. We're coming down here for a possible entry. We get a hook here, we're looking at 20 delta territory. So I'm throwing that on my 20 delta list. Moving right along. Price line. Squiggly, squiggly, squiggly. Still trying to find, is it trying to find itself after earnings, or has it already found itself? Did it find itself here? I don't know. If I don't know, I'm not doing anything. RUT, we already looked at that. Well, yeah, sorta. Popped out of its channel here yesterday, looking for it to move back into it, and looking to close this today. SPX, still within its channel, making me very nervous, but flattened out yesterday. And if the pre-market holds true the rest of today, we should have a good trade out of this one. Is there anything else? Well, we actually got, we're looking to possibly enter another one here. Another possibility. That is going on my 20 delta list today. If we get a hook down here. What might we end up with if we look for next week's expiration? Well, let's take a peek. 20 delta. Probably about a 22. So we already have something here, and it's going to screw this whole thing up if I go and pop. I could add to it. It's still possible to add to it. What's it worth right now? $1.55. Oops, what did I and I collected 85 on it, so now it's worth a little bit more because the price is higher. That just scares me a little bit, though, that particular short strike. I may want to go a little bit further than that, so I'll have to see. Maybe go out to the next week, I don't know, I'm not sure. Alright, let's take a look at Tesla. But it is going on my 20 delta list. Let's see if I can figure out what to do with it. Tesla, we're looking for a move down to our target area, and Visa was on our setup list yesterday, and it didn't come through for us. Not in the least, so it's gonna stay on the setup list for today. And that would be for tomorrow's expiration with the 50 delta. So we'd be looking at, that would be on the bear call side, probably about a 210, at least right now. 210 would give us a $1.40 credit. We'd be looking for a $1.25 on a 250 spread, so $1.40 is pretty good. We'd be sitting at 210, so we'd have to have a move down below here by close of business tomorrow. I might be kind of stretching it. Might be a bit of a stretch. I'm thinking that one, if we went here to 212, we get only a 44 credit on a 250 spread. Quite a difference, wouldn't you say? So that's a problem with Visa. It's a $200 stock with a $2.50 spread on the strikes. I'd rather see a dollar spread, but I guess that's not going to be happening. So maybe Visa, that's probably, well, that is why I've had such a problem getting the strikes that I want. It's because of the spread between the strikes that they offer here. On weeklies, do we have $1? No, we have $2.50 on the weeklies as well. Come on, you guys, give me $1 on these. Visa may not be a very good 50 Delta candidate. This is a little bit better, but not much. And so I have the same problem with Tesla. If we were to take a look at, like, for instance, Apple, we have $1 spread, but it's only $100 stock. If we were to look at Amazon, we have a $2.50 spread, but it moves a lot more on a $300 stock. So we could add a column here, say like average daily range, ADR, and look at the average daily range here on each item. We could do that right now. Let's do that. This is a right click, select customize, come down here, oops, that'll be up here. Average true range. And let's just take, well, let's leave it in there. I'm sure we'll be able to see it. Okay, so here we have average daily range. I wish I could give it in percent of the underlying. Okay, so NDX moves $44. So here's the deal. Visa moves $2.83. Over the last 20 days, it's averaged a $2.83 range, trading range. So just looking at this, look at Tesla, $8. Pretty much the same price. Let's sort by that. Okay, so Costco, $100 stock, $1.31. Let's see. Sort by average true range. Gold is the lowest of the $100 ones, and we stop down here. So the best one is DJX, which we don't even really trade anyway. Apple's only $1.47. Then we drop down here into the $200 stocks, and the one that moves the most is LinkedIn and Baidu and Tesla. And there's only one 300, and that's Amazon. That doesn't move very much for a $300 stock. And then Google, it's a 500, so that's yes, a $400 stock here. Isn't that amazing? Netflix moves more than Google, and the underlying is almost $150 short of it. Chipotle has a $10 move on a $683 underlying, and then Priceline, well, Priceline's just, what can you say about Priceline? $26 average move. And NDX. Okay, so that was an interesting exercise. Something just to keep in mind as you go about your daily business. Okay, net change. Move this and give it a little more room over here. Okay, we should be good now. All right, that was interesting thing to look at. So now, are we going to keep Visa? That's the question. Might be slimming this list down by a little bit more. I'll take a look and see if we're going to remove Visa from the list. I mentioned something about maybe wanting to put Facebook on. It's priced close to Apple. Let's take a look at Facebook. Alright, we're we're at 73, but it's a darling, if you know what I mean. And it was doing pretty good, and here we are just kind of flattened out. Well, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Yeah. Okay, alright. I don't want to waste any more of your time. So I'll close this video right now. I would like to thank you very much for watching, and please have a great day, and above all, happy trading.